Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Aura News broadcast. It's now time for our English edition, Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. There was a protest today against several of the city's projects led by the Democratic Party and other citizens. The protest was primarily against the construction of a playground at the Lake Park and against the implementation of the fiscal package. It began outside the City Hall, where protesters threw eggs and oranges at the building. Afterwards, the protesters migrated to the artificial lake area, bombarding the Prime Minister's office with eggs along the way. The protest escalated even further at the lake, and the perimeter fence around the construction site was torn down. There were a great many police officers at the scene, but they chose not to intervene, allowing the protest to run its course. After tearing down the fence, the protesters divided into two groups. Some worked on planting saplings in the area, and others tried to damage the construction machinery. There were a number of conflicts during this time, and the Democrats say that they were caused by supporters of the mayor trying to provoke the protesters. After that point, the protesters returned to the City Hall, carrying the objects that they had removed from the construction site. When the crowd finally dispersed, the City Hall employees cleaned up the area around the building, and the police began to assess the damage. Vice Mayor Mazniku has since issued a media statement saying again that the City Hall will not withdraw from this project. He accused the Democratic Party of being against the development of the city. Lastly, he gave assurance that there are no private interests hidden behind the construction of the playground. The Prime Minister and the Democratic Party chairman have both replied from long distance to the protest against the playground at the lake. Mr. Basha accused the Prime Minister of deepening the rift between the two worlds that he has created in the country. According to him, lawlessness, theft, and corruption prevail in the world of the Prime Minister, while the citizens abide by the law. He said that this great injustice is causing social conflict. Prime Minister Rama responded to these accusations with the following statement: "Poor Democrats, you went from fighting against dictatorship to fighting against objects in the street." The Prosecutor General has confirmed an investigation into the city's project at the lake after a group of environmental activists denounced the activity. Together with the civil society, the environmental group is claiming that the project violates the criminal code. According to them, the municipality has cut down 15 trees without construction or environmental permits. Yesterday evening, a group of protesters held a meeting with Prosecutor Llalla, asking him to investigate the project. In addition to their environmental concerns, they claim that the police officers have been violent with them. The Prosecutor General has confirmed that there will be an investigation. Just one day before the deadline, President Nishani has decreed the appointment of Arben Ahmetai as the new Minister of Finance and Milva Ekonomi as the Minister of Economy. The President did sign the decrees today, even though he previously stated that he would wait for the Parliament to officially dismiss Minister Tsani. He also wanted the Parliament to adopt the dismissal of Arben Ahmetai, since he left his post as Minister of Economy to take the new position of Minister of Finance. Meanwhile, President Nishani submitted a request to the Constitutional Court asking for an interpretation of Article 98 of the Constitution, which deals with the signing of decrees for governmental changes. Specifically, he wants to know whether the Parliament must vote on the dismissal of old ministers before the President can appoint new ones. The Court's decision will be a matter of curiosity, as it is unlikely that such a case will occur in the future. Yesterday, before the Parliament signed the decrees, the chairman of the Commission for National Security, Spartak Braho, made the following comments: "What we are expecting is a part of a political game, rather like a chess game. But just like a chess game, there is a deadline, and that deadline is tomorrow. The President is obligated to decree the appointment of the ministers." He did not say that he was in favor of the socialist plan to try and dismiss the President if he did not sign the decrees. Now the Parliament may gather an extraordinary session in order to adopt the new appointments. A group of Socialist Party members held a protest today outside their headquarters against the violations of the party's statute. The protest took place while the Socialist Parliamentary Group was holding a meeting, headed by Gromaz Vucic. The protesters were demanding that elections must be held within the Socialist Party in accordance with the party's statute. The newest MP, Eduard Ndotsai, seemed to be the most concerned about the lack of elections. He has openly declared his candidacy for the position of party chairman. He announced that there will be elections and said that the party cannot be held hostage by a single individual. The protesters applauded the MP Ben Blushi, who was first to demand that the party statute must be respected. Inside the meeting, the parliamentary group discussed the president's decrees and the additional security measures. Prime Minister Rama was in London today taking part in a summit of the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. The purpose of the summit was to highlight potential investment opportunities and to promote the flow of direct foreign investments in business. The summit gathered most of the prime ministers of the region. Rama spoke on the topic of EU negotiations, saying that the EU shows preferential treatment to those who have Russia by their side, referring to Serbia. He said, "The European Union is more prudent with them than it is with us, because we do not have Russia by our side. So they do not liberalize visas for Kosovo. They keep telling us that we are doing well, but we still have more to do. Then Vucic flies to Russia and negotiations are open for Serbia," said Rama. He also appealed to foreign investors to come and consider Albania and not to wait for the perfect moment to do this. Rama admitted that more needs to be done to improve the business climate in Albania, but he pointed out that the economic performance has improved significantly. "I do not want to speak any more about help from the EBRD, as you might think that we do not need any more help. The EBRD has already helped us a lot. I am here because we still need more help, and we see the EBRD as an ally in this aspect. We are here to present the success of our country. We are very aware that there is still more to do, but those who are waiting for the perfect moment to invest in Albania will regret it tomorrow," said Mr. Rama. Meanwhile, the EU confirmed its intention to provide a €12 million grant for constructing the first electricity interconnector between Albania and Macedonia. The president of the EBRD said that this project is an important step toward establishing a regional electricity market. The head of the SMI parliamentary group, Petrit Vasili, presented a legal initiative on concessions today. According to him, the primary purpose of the initiative is to increase transparency. He said that concessions are welcome when they create employment opportunities and increase the quality of service. To the SMI, they are an important part of the partnership between public and private sectors. However, he feels that the Albanian concessions have not escaped politicization. He emphasized that concessions are made with the taxpayers' money, not the money of any particular party. According to him, the concessions need more sustainability and require a wider consultation among the responsible institutions in order to avoid debate. That's the end of our edition for this evening. Thanks again for watching, and please join us tomorrow at the same time. Have a great night.